On the 18th of February 2020, the Bankers Association of Zambia, BAZ, an association which looks into the welfare of member banks and their customers, launched the Code of Conduct of Banking Ethics and the 2020-2022 BAZ Strategic Plan. The event, which was held at the Southern Sun Hotel in Lusaka, was graced by Secretary to the Treasury Fredson Nyamba, who was the guest of honor. Among other notable people present was the Deputy Secretary to the Cabinet, Christopher Mvunga, and others. The event began with an interlude of entertainment, followed by singing of the national anthem to mark the beginning of official business. The newly elected BAZ Vice Chairperson, Simangolwa Shakalima, was on hand to give welcoming remarks through a thrilling speech about the association and some of its key objectives.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I wish to recognize the presence of some key people who have joined us. Let me start by recognizing the presence of the guest of honor, Mr. Fredson Nyamba, Secretary to Treasury. Sir, you're welcome and thank you for joining us. We also have the Deputy Secretary to Cabinet. He's an all-weather friend to the business world and especially to banking, Mr. Christopher Mvunga. Thank you for coming, sir. Let me just say, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I think this evening is so special in the sense that we are launching two big items. There are two big items in the sense that we are launching the Strategic Plan 2020 to 2022 and as well as the Code of Ethics. So allow me to just touch on a few highlights from the Strategic Plan and then I'll move to the Code of Ethics. So allow me to draw attention to the background of the Bankers Association of Zambia so that maybe you can appreciate more where we're coming from with this strategic plan. So the association was formally registered in 2008 and its main goal was to represent the interests of the registered commercial banks. Prior to that, the association was operating informally with a chairing bank in a particular year offering secretarial services and coordinating the activities of the membership. However, the association's role has over time evolved to include promoting efficiencies, innovations and industry growth and positioning members to continue supporting the private sector and government economic development agendas enshrined in the various national development plans. So the new strategic plan is themed after the association's vision of facilitating the transformation and growth of the banking sector and the Zambian economy. We normally take the two in tandem because we can't separate it. As the sector grows, I think we are mainly facilitators of the various players within the Zambian economy.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Bankers Association of Zambia, Mr. Leonard Mwenza, was on hand to give presentations on the BAZ Strategic Plan and the Code of Banking Practice.
Spoken it all. So I may sound repetitive because I think he went through the details of what we are planning to do in terms of our strategic plan. And I think he also went into details about our plan in terms of our commitment to serving you better. So I'll just give quick highlights in terms of what has changed in our strategic plan and what are our plans in terms of our promise to you as banks. So in terms of the summary of what we intend to do in our 2020 to 2022 strategic plan, we first of all want to improve our key relationships with government, regulators and the entire industry. And we are also passionate at ensuring that we first grow the banking sector, but in doing so, we will definitely grow the Zambian economy. We want to innovate, digitize and become more efficient. We also want to improve access and increase financial literacy levels in the country, as well as financial inclusion levels. We do know government has got two important strategies, one on financial education, the other one on financial inclusion. And we know that our target on financial inclusion is 80% by the year 2022. So we want to play a role in that. And we look anxiously to the next FinScope survey, which is expected to be released in September this year. So we want to facilitate the transformation of the banking sector and the Zambian economy. That's our vision. And our mission statement is not to shy away from representing the rights and interests of the banking sector and championing industry growth and development through innovation, thought leadership and research advances. So basically, this also gives an opportunity for us to listen to the public and see what really we need to do as an industry. Thank you very much for listening.
The presentation by the BAZ CEO was followed by an interlude of entertainment by the dance group. After some entertainment, the guest of honor, the Secretary to the Treasury, Fredson Yamba, gave his official remarks.
Good evening. I wish to recognize the presence of the Deputy Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Christopher Mvunga, who's part of you here as the bankers. And also, what I'll do, I'll write on the protocols of the Chief Executive Officer and also Mr. Shakaliba. So what I'll simply say is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really humbled to officiate at the launch of the Bankers Association of Zambia Code of Ethics and Banking Practice and the Bankers Association of Zambia 2020 to 2022 Strategic Plan. Now let me take the opportunity to congratulate the Bankers Association of Zambia on this momentous occasion, which undoubtedly will result in improved levels of efficiency through the provision of quality services and products offered by commercial banks. I am pleased to note that the Code of Ethics is aligned to international standards of best banking practices, which will make the banking sector in Zambia to be able to compete with other banks in the region and also at the international level. The Bankers Association of Zambia 2020 to 2022 Strategic Plan is also a milestone achievement for the association, as it provides a clear-cut direction and objectives that the association intends to achieve over the next 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to urge other associations to emulate the banking sector by collaborating with government and also contributing to economic development of the general citizenry. I will also wish to employ member banks to continue providing the necessary support to the association in its quest to partner with government towards the realization of sustainable economic development. My doors and cabinet doors will remain open to the association for various engagement aimed at attainment of meaningful engagement with the sectors at all levels of government. It is now my singular honor and privilege to declare the Code of Ethics and Banking Practice, as well as the 2020 to 2022 Bankers Association of Zambia Strategic Plan officially launched. I thank you and God bless you.
After giving the official remarks, the Secretary to the Treasury proceeded to cut the ribbon, and by that act officially launched the BAZ documents. Once the launch was done, the next item on the agenda was a presentation of a farewell gift to the outgoing BAZ chairperson, Mr. Kola Adeleke, who later gave a farewell message and closing remarks to the guests present.
The Secretary to the Treasury, Mr. Fred Yamba. Let me also recognize the Deputy Secretary to the Cabinet, who is indeed our senior brother, Mr. Honorable Chris Mvunga, to thank you for the opportunity that you have given unto me over the past 2 years, I've been the chairman of the Bankers Association of Zambia, and for me it has been a great privilege. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve. I want to thank the government of Zambia for the opportunity to contribute. I want to thank all my colleagues, the Bankers Association of Zambia, for the privilege to lead and for the privilege to contribute. Thank you so much. Thank you.
When it was all said and done, the last item of the evening was a cocktail held for the guests to relax and take time to network.